Hey guys, and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be doing a vlog. I just thought I'd quickly say hi while I had Teddy. Stop biting. While I had Teddy with me. So I'm just going to set off and turn Smokey out and ride him this morning. It's looking very cold and a bit miserable, but we will. I'm also visiting the farm today. So we'll go and help out with those horses. So you'll see all the animals today. But yeah, I thought I'd just say hi while I had little Teddy here, who needs to stop biting. Good morning, little man. Feel grumpy. I've not got anything. So I'm just going to get him a hay net. Stop biting. Because obviously he's very hungry. And going to give him a groom and ride him straight away once the arena's free. So this morning I took Smokey into the school for a little bit of a schooling session. Today I'm using my Pivo to film. Now I am still getting the hang of this. It's a device that basically tracks the horse as you ride. So you'll notice in some shots I am slightly to the right, but that's because I've not quite set it up correctly, because as I say, I am still getting used to it. But today we were working on Smokey's canter transitions, and we are building up to doing a flying change and teaching him that. So at the minute, you'll see later on in the video, we're working on a figure of 8 and cantering on the short sides, then coming over and trotting obviously for the change of rein. So that's what I was doing with him today. He worked really well today, as you'll see in the video. So in order for me to be able to do my figure of 8 that I was planning on doing, I had to move the poles out of the way. I didn't mind one pole to go over, but I didn't want the triangle and the junction and everything. So as I was moving the poles, I am so used to my horses being used to me moving poles around them that I do sometimes forget that Smokey's new and he's not used to it. So he had a little bit of a spook and a jump at the pole as I moved it, but he will get used to having poles moved around him, and as you can see, he was absolutely fine afterwards. Okay guys, so I'm just turning Smokey out. I don't know how much of that the pivot picked up because we were going quite fast and it struggles at faster rates, but here's Mr. Smokes. Oh, that's naughty. Come on. Oi! Oh, so strong. I'm just turning him out and it is so, I don't know if it's foggy or misty, but whatever it is, it's like white. Not like the pony. Come on! I swear he knows when I'm filming. But yeah, so Mr. Smokes is meant to be having a bit of a bath later, ready for me to clip him tomorrow, which I will of course be filming for you guys. So wish me luck with that in the comments, and that'll be an upcoming video. Let me just show you the walkway, it's so pretty. Hey Blue! Is that your friend? What do you want? And that? I mean, that was clever. Good boy. Sorry, Nobby. Can't give you any. Right, let's go check his water. And little man can say hello to his friends. So once I'd ridden and turned Smokey out, it was then time to quickly muck out his stable and get it all prepared for him coming in the evening. If you want to see the full routine of what I do in the morning for Smokey, I will link my morning routine down below in the description box, so check that out. Okay guys, so I've just got home from mucking out and seeing to Smokey, and I'm going to have lunch, clean Tallulah out, and then I'm heading off to the farm to see the rest of the animals. So to clean Tallulah's hutch out, it really doesn't take me very long at all. All I basically do is remove any of the shavings, clean out her litter trays, and just brush any of the poos or any of the sort of old dirty bedding out so that everything is out on the bottom floor. Now in winter, the bedroom section, which is the bit I've just opened, I don't really change this because she doesn't soil it at all. She really does keep that clean, and I like to keep a build-up of hay and straw in there to keep her nice and warm. So as you can see, I've removed everything out of the hutch and I was just putting new shavings in for her. Now as it is much colder now, the temperature has really dropped, I'm putting a lot more shavings in there to keep it more insulated, and I also did just buy her a new cover for the hutch, so that means that it won't get wet and that it'll keep her nice and warm on these colder evenings. And just a quick reminder that Tallulah is never locked in the hutch apart from at night time. She does actually have free reign of my entire garden during the day, so from about 7 in the morning until around about 9 o'clock at night, she actually has run of the entire garden. I don't like rabbits to be kept in hutches, as you all know, and we are waiting on getting a shed as well, so that will extend her living area even more. And also whenever I clean her out, I obviously put fresh hay in there for her, so I put some in the bed section and some in her litter tray. Now she actually uses her litter tray where just place to eat hay. Actually, she doesn't really go to the toilet in there, so it's more just a hay tray for her. And then I just clean her water and feed bowls and pop those back in the hutch ready to be filled up. So that's Tallulah's hutch all nice and cleaned out and ready for her for later. Now I'm going to head off to my mum's farm, and we're going to go see the other horses and the other animals there. So we decided to take Teddy to the farm today. He's been before and met Balto briefly, but they've not really played properly. So today we decided that as he's a little bit older, it was time to release them together and see what they were like. Now Balto is very friendly with other dogs. He's very well behaved around puppies. Teddy, on the other hand, isn't as well behaved, and he's still very nippy and very young. So he's actually the one we have to watch more, but obviously Balto's quite a big dog, so we do have to be careful around such a small puppy. So Teddy had his little coat on initially because it was quite cold outside, and he does tend to shake, so that's the reason he had that on. But as they settled later on, we took it off, and they were playing so nicely. Balto was like gently putting him in his place, which Teddy actually needs from an older dog. And obviously it's so important that they're socialised at a young age so that they don't become aggressive and they are used to being around new and different dogs all the time. But Balto was really gentle with him. It was so cute when he kind of like patted him on the head. And I just kind of left those two to play for a bit. So whilst the dogs were playing nicely, I headed out onto the farm to collect some vegetables for the animals. So we went and got some carrots for the rabbits, some apples for the pigs, and some browse for the goats. So we just headed out into my dad's allotment and picked out what carrots were left at this time of year. And they'd been slightly munched by a few of the animals nearby, so we just kind of got mainly carrot tops for the rabbits. Okay guys, so I've gone and dug up some carrots out of my dad's allotment. So they're going to have some carrot, but mainly they're getting the carrot top, because obviously carrot's quite high in sugar, but during the winter that is good for them. So that's what they're going to be having today, and then the other animals are having a few different things. Balto out. And a little big one. Pigs are having some apples that we've grown on the farm. Obviously these were harvested earlier. Hello! Good boy. So sometimes we cut them up, sometimes we give them whole because it's good for the pigs, you know, to break them down. It's good for their teeth. These are quite soft anyway now around this time of year. And then they're also getting some bits of carrot. They're still a bit muddy from the allotment, but the pigs don't mind. Look at you. Come on then. So rather than the goats having anything too sugary, because they are looking pretty round at the minute, and they are actually on a diet, we're giving them browse. So this is just some hedgerow from next to their paddock. So this is much more natural for them, much more higher in fibre, lower in sugars, especially at this time of year anyway. So they use this and they use their tongues to just get all the leaves off of here. As you can see, some of the leaves are browning anyway. So while we've still got leaves left on the branches, it's a good chance to give them some browse. Good girls. So today we rescued 6 new animals. So we've taken 5 chickens and 1 rooster. So these are again ex-battery hens that we've taken actually from a friend. So she was the one who initially rescued them, but she can't look after them anymore, so we've got them. So we now have a rooster which we haven't had before, and we've called him Roo. So obviously he's the big rooster in the back, and then the rest of the hens are very similar to our normal batteries. So these guys will be living out their days here on the farm, just like our other ex-battery hens. So they've got a new home here for life, and we were running low on chickens because obviously we do lose them every so often because they are getting on now. What is that noise? So yeah, they're our new chickens. So Teddy has never been on grass before, so we're going to see what he thinks to it. It's a little bit wet. It's a leaf. Come on. Ted! I don't think he likes it.
Soaking.
Yeah, I think because it's a bit wet and he's cold, he's not too sure, are you, babe? But we will keep trying and we'll get him used to it, won't we? Good boy, good boy. Hey, Ted. So I'm just gonna go see my mum who's around at the stables, and I'm gonna show Teddy a horse for the first time, which will be interesting. So let's see what he thinks to them. What's this? What's this big thing? What's this? What do you think, Chill? Ted! So, Teddy! Come on! Good boy! Chill, Bob!
All the things come, George.
That's it. So as Teddy was more interested in exploring the stables than he was meeting Chilli, I decided to carry him down to the field because I knew that Lucy and Daddy would interact more with him, whereas Chilli will just ignore him and eat his hay. And I wanted to get used to sort of looking at horses and just you know, being around them. So we went down to the field to see Lucy to have his first real close encounter with a horse. Good boy. And I knew Lucy would be very gentle with him, and Teddy, even though he can be nibbly, I kind of know when he's in that mood, so I knew he wasn't going to bite any of the horses or anything like that, but obviously I was there just to make sure that, you know, nothing happened. So I was planning on riding Lucy today, but as you can see she's pretty fluffy, so I'm going to wait until she's been clipped in the next couple of days to ride her. What I'm going to do instead, because I'm not actually riding and there's not that much to film with the horses today, I'm now going to insert the horses' evening routine from the other night. So I came down the other night and helped bring them in, and I'm just going to include that in today's video just to end this, so that you do get to see all of the horses. So the 6 horses evening routine always consists of being fed and then coming in. So this evening was no different. I will be doing a full evening routine video for all of the horses shortly, so that will be coming up soon. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know there's a tradition when I bring Caramel in. We either A, have a race, or B, I ride her in bareback. It's just something I've always done with small ponies, and whilst I don't normally ride Caramel all that often, because obviously I am quite large on her, she is only a Welsh Section A, but she is a weight carrier, so it doesn't hurt her at all, me jumping on and going for a little trot across the arena, so don't panic. But that's what we do sometimes, so that's just our fun little evening way of bringing her in. And so that was all 6 horses brought in. We only ever bring all 6 in when the weather's really bad or it's really windy or forecast a lot of rain. Normally the 3 big horses are always in during the winter, but the 3 ponies live out because Taffy has respiratory issues, so it's better for him to be outside. And then we keep Charlie and Caramel out as company for him. So guys, that is everything for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a like and subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you get a notification every single time I post, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye guys!